Did you know about the secret women's network in Chicago's Hyde Park neighborhood that performed thousands of illegal abortions without using a doctor? It all started with a woman named Heather Booth, who lived right here in the 4th Ward in Chicago. She was a student at the University of Chicago when a friend came to her and told her about another woman on campus who was desperate for an abortion and had nowhere safe to go. The woman was so distraught that she considered taking her own life, but Heather decided she was not going to allow that. So she found a doctor to meet with the woman and take care of the procedure. Word spread fast about Heather's connection, and so many women on campus began calling Heather that she realized she couldn't handle it all on her own. So she gathered a few trusted friends, and together they became the Jane Collective. At first, Jane acted as a secret referral network. They referred the women to a doctor who would perform the procedure discreetly, and then they guided the women through the process. But then they learned something shocking. The man that they were sending the women to wasn't even a licensed doctor. Instead of shutting the operation down, they decided to learn all that they can from this doctor so that they can continue providing the procedure to women. He taught them everything he knew, and they practiced and practiced until they could perform the procedure without him. They used manual aspiration, a safer alternative to what most illegal abortion providers were using at the time. They sterilized tools, explained aftercare, and followed up with the patients when they could. The members of Jane had to rent out small apartments in and around Hyde Park and turn them into makeshift clinics in order to provide services to the young women. The women would arrive at 5532 South Everett in Hyde Park, and they would be scared and crying, but they would be greeted by the Janes, who quickly calmed them down. Then the women would be transferred to 5120 South Hyde Park, where the procedure would be performed, and the Janes would stay with them until they felt they were safe to leave. By 1971, the Janes moved their secret abortion clinic into an apartment on the 11th floor at 7251 South Shore Drive. They continued performing the procedure, sometimes up to 10 times per day. About 4 months after Jane began performing the procedures in this apartment, the police raided the operation. Police report that they found records in the apartment that showed that 23 women had gotten abortions that day, and 2 of them were still recuperating in the apartment when the police came. And the police say they found 7 more women in the makeshift waiting room waiting their turn. After the raid, 7 members of the Jane Collective were arrested. The women's cases were still pending in 1973 when the